Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's Laura Lee here with Money Mindset Mentors. And I get the most wonderful privilege to interview some exceptional people that have achieved over and above great obstacles in their life. They have learned to change their mindset first to then change their money situations in their life. And today we have an exceptional woman that I've had the pleasure to hug and share some time with this wonderful lady. We met, of course, through um, online classes when COVID had everything shut down, but we got a chance to meet in person about a year and a half ago. And we've been able to remain friendships and talk every once in a while because of this wonderful internet that we have. Now, this lady, when she was a very small girl, she immigrated to the United States from South Korea. And her mom and her dad and her brother came over. And anyway, there was lots of things that went on. And if you looked at where she came from, because I have the privilege of having an autograph book, one of her books, the other one I have it in digital form. But this beautiful young lady has done her first book as a tribute to her mom, and she calls it My Hero. Now, lots of people would love to write and thank their mom for supporting them all throughout the years, but she took it to a next level and wrote a book about it. And guess what? This is such an exciting read that it's being made into a movie. And right now it's in production that they're getting cast members. So I'm truly excited for that part of it. Now she has a second book. And she's done some extraordinary, you would think that would be quite something, but that's minor in comparison to what else she's doing. This beautiful lady is Christine Lee, and she wants to help elevate and up level other people, so much so that she's gone and has courses into the educational system. And that, as many of you know, that is my goal. My goal is to teach financial literacy to young adults and help them level up at a much younger age. We'll talk about that another time. We're here today to get to know. I won't tell a whole lot more about Christine. I'm going to ask her questions of things because this beautiful lady was smart enough to hire one. No, we have to say it was in in this era, the most influential motivational educator there was, Bob Proctor. She hired Bob Proctor to mentor her. And I would love to introduce Miss Christine Lee. Would you just on mic unmute yourself, my dear, and come in for a little conversation? Because my life changed when I started learning from Bob Proctor also. Are you able to unmute yourself, my dear? You try that again. There you go. Oh, there she is. This,
Thank you
this,
for having me.
yeah, this
You're
soft-spoken rock star. She is a mover and a shaker. Some people are talkers, and other people are talkers and movers. And I know she knows how to talk and inspire people because of what she's accomplished. Welcome, Christine.
Oh, thank you for having me, Laura Lee. It's my honor. I really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, my
Thank you
dear.
so much.
This, you're so welcome. Now, where would you like to start? I know that we only have people's attention for so long. I know that you'd like to talk about a couple of your books, My
Right.
Hero being one of them. So I'd like you to tell a little bit about the back history of why you decided to write a love story to your mom, a love letter to your mom.
Also, you have a passion, and then everyone has their hero in their own heart. And then I was thinking about it all my life, but English was my second language. And then I had a mentor who she was amazing mentor. Her name is Peggy McCarr, and Bob Proctor. And then they are the one that who really encouraged me. So I decided to write it, but I wasn't really like inspired of my idea because I couldn't believe what how I'm gonna write it and all that. But what happened? I put that away for 7 years, and then 7 years later, when COVID hit, so then we had to close down the campus, the school that we, in here in California, Regency, because of the COVID. And then I get to stay home, and then I said, now what's my next destination? So heart to heart talk. You got to have a sit down with yourself and then heart
Wow.
to heart talk. And
Yeah.
then that just gave me the intuition strongly. God's voice was telling me that it's time for you to write your passion about your mom, that she was a warrior. I mean, she was amazingly prayer lawyer every single day until she went to the heaven. So I loved her so much. Like when you do love someone in your life, or and then who she was, my hero. So I wrote down to her that what she has go through from South Korea, and that was my passion. And then I brought it to the surface to write it, and then I wanted to just publish it. I didn't think that it was going to be something else or bestseller or anything like that, but I wrote it, and then I'm very happy about it. And then that was my passion. Yeah, I listened to my heart to heart talk.
Oh, it's so interesting. I love it. This was one of the wonderful things that come out of COVID. COVID for me helped me blossom where so many other people went the other way. Yes, it changed a lot of things. I had a different business back then,
Mhm,
but I also had a download for some some instructions to do certain things that I never planned on doing. Anyway, the universe, God has different ideas sometimes.
mhm.
And so I love that uh you took it upon yourself during a time of challenge for so many people. Like,
Right.
what do I do now? My source of income is down. Like, so, and you took it and said, I'm going to do something constructive during that time.
That's right.
And for the story, like you said, to go to international bestseller, and then you've promoted it, and so much so, like I was in the room when a producer said, heard your story, heard more of your story
Mhm,
about the book and what your mom meant to you, and he said, "Let's talk." And from
mhm.
there, wow, the things that happened after that is just wonderful. To have your book made into a movie. Wow, like that, and you won many awards in addition. Even before that, before you add it to the story, you won awards prior to that for your novel.
Right. I did that.
Yes.
Yeah, in filming festival for finalist, and then semi-finalist, and then about I want to tell you about 13 awarded and more and honored, and oh my God, I was just amazed. But
Oh, because it
the
came
book.
from the heart, dear. That's what people resonated with it. It came from your heart and came from true love. And anyway, it's just wonderful.
Thank you so
And
much.
I look forward to you having it in, I'm sure it's in other languages besides English right now. Is
It's
it?
in Korean, where I came
Yeah.
from, South Korea, and then now we're planning to do the Indonesia and China, and then Vietnam after movie launching, because that's our producer is approaching it right now. So that way you
Oh,
know.
that's wonderful. That is just so inspiring. I knew it would be in other languages in addition, especially because it's being made into a movie in addition. Now, you also did a second little book, and I just love it because it's geared toward I let you tell a little bit about it and who it's geared towards.
Right, Magic Thoughts in Your Mind, which is mental science by the Bob Proctor. He's been mentoring many of lives like you and me with conscious and subconscious mind with a stick person, and then wow, that was just it was just a totally paradigm shift in my life and to others, and then that has been changed my path of my life, I'm sure. And then I wrote the book about it because you need to be learned by when you're especially with K1, K2, K3, because many people don't, or us as we're very controlled by outsider forces, excuse me, which is like a five senses, smell and
Yeah.
taste and touch and ear and all that. But knowing that if we do know, realize more about our mental science with the imaginations, and you have willpower instead of you can depend on maybe marijuana or drinking habits or something like that. You have a willpower in you that you can go out and create, believe in yourself, imagination, and then what else? Yeah, perceptions, how you look at your life and how you see yourself, how you view yourself, how do you view your work? Because everyone has their own reality of their secret world in their consciousness mind. So that is very important. And then memories and reasons why. What is motivations that you got to have a strong motivation to to move on every single day, motivate yourself and anyone else to move on, because that is so important also. And the memory, we all have a amazing, complete, and perfect memory, but people forget about it and they just said, okay, I have that memory, bringing it to the faculties in your mind and say they just thinking about all those bad memories, but have a good memories. Memories is very important. So I wrote it as like children's book,
Yeah.
and then I get a lot of good feedback, and also I actually create some courses in South Korea after
Mm.
school club, and then translate to South Korean, and then I am very proud of that has been launched in illegal, because that really has a wake up call for people that they forgot the secret mind, and then gifted mind. Gifted mind is that God has given us. Albert Einstein said that people don't realize we have those, in other words, that we can control, and then we can live the life that we want to live. You don't have to be controlled by five senses like animalistic like senses that what's going on your bank account. What is going on?
Mm.
Somebody called me just right now and saying, hey, I'm not happy with the person just gave me, but I'll take his opinion. You don't really have to do that. Knowing that, which means that you have a power to choose
Mm-hmm. We
into your
do have the power
conscious
to choose.
mind, that I will take that. That social media doesn't have to control me. I'm controlling me, my power of my own imagination. Because imagination is very important also, because it's true in your inner world. What you have to do is that you just have to bring it into the outer surface, doing and seeing yourself doing it. And so all those are very important. So I wrote those books about it. And then I just had a actually book signed on Barnes and Nobles, all those Magic Thoughts in Your Mind and My Hero about 2 months
Oh,
ago.
yes, I
And
love it that it's in Barnes& and Nobles. I
it
love it.
was amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, it is. I want people to realize that you did not come, even though you got a chance to immigrate over, and your dad had, we will say he was in a position of a bit of power in order to be able to get out of South Korea to be able to come over to the United States.
That's right.
But you guys did not grow up with money
No,
by any stretch.
money doesn't
Like,
grow.
as you know, I come from a family of 12, and I'm one of the oldest of the family. And there was a lot going on. When I read your book, I'm like, oh my goodness. I understood what some of the struggles you guys had because some of them was very similar to my struggles. And I want to talk a little bit about how wonderful a student you are. You were put in the position
Thank you.
um, that
Lord.
you ended up being taken to court
Mm,
to be sued for a large amount of money. And
mm,
it was something that you didn't do anything to it, but you were in power running, being the CEO of the school
mm,
or the head. I don't know the exact title at the time, but the school was being sued and
mm,
you had just taken over. And it was something that was done ahead of time, but
mm.
they sued you. And I remember you telling me this story about what Bob Proctor told you to do because
Right?
life can come at us and a lot of things are not fair.
Mhm.
You did not deserve to have to deal with this situation,
Right.
but he was your mentor at the time and he told you to do certain thing. And I know the answer, but I'd like you to tell the story about what he told you to do to get through that situation.
Right. So, Laura Lee, thank you so much for asking that because this is very important for everyone, yes, who's facing right now with the big obstacles they think they cannot overcome it. But that's what I had. It happened to me. And then I was getting sued from state government for the school that just came into my life without a blue and saying that, hey, you did this, deal degrees and all that. And then I go, what is going on here? I mean, school has closed down in front of my, and then I just go, okay, now what's my next step? So I was I'm looking for the solution. And then I had a Bob Proctor mentor in the time he showed in my life. So knowing that when you're looking at the solution, your solution will come to you. But when the problem is arise, if you look at just looking at the problem and problem, you will not get access out of it. So lucky me, the universe brought me into him with one email one day. So I was getting rich. So I just ignored it for a couple of months, and then I go, "Oh, I'm not gonna go for that. That's a lot of money. I'm gonna have to pay and all that." But end of the day, some of my temper of intuition in me telling me that you need to go there and talk to him. So I just like, okay, well, I still was struggling because I didn't want to pay that 600 something. But end of the day, they said, this is your last seat. You need to be there. If not, then you're done. I said, I will take that last seat with my credit card. I went there and then he asked for a lot of, yeah. But anyway, get to the point. I hired him as my coach. And then I told him that I would like to Bob, that have coffee with me. I'm getting through this big problem with the state government. School is closing down. What do you think I should do? And then I met him with his wife, Linda Proctor. That was like 2015, 16
Mhm.
in LA Marriott Hotel. And then I'm like, he sat with me with a coffee and then sandwiches and then continued eating his lunch, but he didn't really pay attention to me. I'm like, well, excuse me, I'm your man. I thought you're my mentor. I thought you have some solution for me that I told you that I have a problem with the school and I'm scared. I don't know what to do. Please help me. And then he finally told me that, Christine, he was very calm and he looked at me with his eye contact and says, "Oh my God, I still remember him." He says, "Christine." I said, "Yes." what kind of solution you have for me? Any medicine? Any magic pills? No, he says, write it down what you want. Write it down what you want. And then I said, okay, what do I want? He asked me, what do you want? And I was rolling my eyes and said, well, the most important thing for me in my life is school doesn't close. And then I want to get out of this situation so school can be open, whether I'm a owner or not. And he says, write that down, what you want, 1,000 times. And I say, really? And he says, well, I'll talk to you later. I'm busy. I got to go, whatever. I said, well,
How
excuse
many
me.
times was it, dear? Was it 10,000 times?
No, 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
And then
I
my
knew it was a
child,
large number. I knew it was a really large number.
and
But
then,
what did doing that, writing that out 1,000 times, because it was such a large amount to do it, what it does for you is make you focus and get you focusing on what you want, the end result.
right?
Yes.
Yep, because what he taught me was very important is that you had to see it from the end. This is what we forget. This is
Mm-hmm.
what most of us, even who were mentored by this and that and that and that, were really confused of our distress of the situation, what's going on right now. But see it from the end. You'll see that you already be that person. See
Yeah.
that you already have the person. See that you already feel it and touch it and smell it, that you are that person living in that vibration. That's what he taught me. And
Yeah.
he says, make sure that you write it down and present sentence. I am so happy and grateful now that school doesn't open, school is open, and I mean, I'm like obnoxiously, I did not trust what he had to say, and then I go, I think he's something wrong with today that he didn't give me the right answer, or he must have second
You
answer for me
questioned
next
it at
time.
first.
Yeah,
Can you
and then I go,
imagine?
yeah, and I go, oh, maybe Bob is not happy with me, or because he's busy with something else, so maybe he will see me next time and he'll give me the real answer. You know what I mean? I was really like sarcastic about what he told me, but I didn't have any choice, and I believed what he told me. So I start worried down, even at the court. After 3 days, I was in trial, and then oh my God, trust me,
Yes. You still had to go to court. And when you went to court, the judge threw it out.
threw it out in. It took about 2.5 years about what she said.
Oh, yeah, this was not just this
One
was
day
not a
thing.
minor situation
No,
whatsoever.
no,
Like,
it was
and that's only
literally different.
one little obstacle that you had gone through in your life. You've gone through many obstacles, just like most successful entrepreneurs have had many hurdles, many valleys in their life, and yet when you meet you, all you see is but pure sunshine, a ray of sunshine, a heart of gold, and you want to do so much in the world to help other people. I just love it. And I just want to remind people, if they're watching this in the replay, up above, when you see the little links there, those are clickable links to click on, so you can go over to Amazon to get both of Christine's books. Now I'm going to move them from off of the screen for a second, and I want to go into talking about the school, because we talked a little bit about the school itself. It's still back up and running, and it's California Regency University. They do business as, and I'm going to say Yin University, but I could be massacring that name.
No, you're great,
Yeah,
Lorraine.
okay.
You were
And
perfect.
we're
You didn't even
highlighting, you have different courses there. And I know also that you have courses in South Korea also, as part of the Procter Gamble, and probably the same as Peggy's courses,
yeah, that's me life
that
coaching.
you have set up over there in addition. But
Mhm.
this one we're just we're highlighting about a new 12-week course is coming up about AI,
Right.
and AI is everywhere.
Mhm.
I in fact host some AI classes myself.
Right.
And one of the things that I've learned that they feel within a couple of years, AI will eliminate, now get this, eliminate over 10 million jobs.
It's already doing so. That's the scary
Yeah,
part. But you know what? We have over control.
that's right. Guess what?
Mhm.
The flip side of that is they feel it will make and produce like 14, 15 million jobs. It's just different types of jobs
Right.
because the AI will do menial tasks for us. AI has been around for, oh my goodness, for a lot of years, and we've used it for a while, but it just became mainstream for a lot of people. Like in
That's
the investment industry, I remember 15 years ago reading reports saying, we suggest you invest in AI. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll think about that." And I never invested directly into AI, but we invested because I did more mutual funds. We invested in companies that invested in that. But
Mhm.
it's amazing what is going on, and if we don't get educated, so
That's right.
pats on the back for setting up a 12-week course for people to be able to go there and learn. Now
Right.
this course can be learned in class or and online, both?
It's online. It's
It's all
online.
online,
It's
okay.
online Google Class. And then
Yes.
we have amazing, amazing instructor. They will teach you how to do coding, how to use this, and it's not it's very it does people don't get they don't like they get little scared like oh I'm not gonna put the time or I don't have a time to study and all that but trust me really beneficial
We
you.
do need to do it. It just
Mhm.
like any other time when things change, we have to evolve or we're going to be left behind.
Because actually you don't want to left behind because we gotta adapt to the new world. If
Mhm.
not, then you're not gonna inherit the earth. You're gonna be out there in homeless, which you're not gonna do that, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
we gotta be a continuous learning machine, and develop our mind, and that's the only one we have. One mind and one body.
How true. Now, I've got to click on the bottom here, and you can click and do an appointment with Christine. Now, in the meantime, Christine, I'd like you to go up into the chat, top right hand corner, and click the chat tab. And I want you to actually type in your email address. And I'm going to do something else for you while I'm doing this.
Right. Okay. So
Okay,
chat
you
is
do
fine.
that. You just go up to the chat and click
Mhm.
on the chat, top right hand side. You should see it.
Right.
Okay. And then you type in your email address there. And in the
Mhm.
meantime, I'm going to show this. I'm going to go in here and change settings. And I'm going to put this up top. I'm going to change the position of that particular widget to up top. And I'm going to
Mhm.
come back over here.
Mhm.
Did you type in chat? Were you able to type in and hit return?
Well, I think I'm in the chat, but
Yes.
it says auto appear, copy to. Let me see what I can do. I'm still
Okay.
looking. It's very small. My
I know
very
it's very
sorry.
tiny. I could do it. I could do
I'm
it
very
here.
sorry.
That's okay,
Uh,
dear. Let me go in. I should have gotten you to do this before we started. And let me just quick here. So you tell me who inspires you right now? How about that? While I'm doing this, you
who
tell me who
inspired me
inspires
right
you.
now? Actually, right now, who really inspired me is that Peggy McCall. I've been following
Surprise.
her over 12 years. I mean, well, about 13, I mean, actually 12 years, as well as Bob Proctor. So Bob Proctor, so I'm actually following Peggy because she's my mother, as she is, and then right now, actually, I'm following Warren Buffett, and then I'm following you.
Oh, that's sweet
You're
of you.
you're amazing. Yeah,
You and
you
I.
really so inspire me. I
Oh,
love
thank
that.
you, my dear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
You
so
and I
much.
both are inspired by Peggy. We're both destiny coaches with her. So we have a great love for her, of course.
Right.
What I did, I clicked on and I featured your email address down at the bottom. So it's
Right.
just another little pop up that we can do here for you.
Mm. Okay, so did you want me to type it my email?
Yeah, you type your email in because then it'll show your name up top. See, when I type it in, it shows my name on the bottom of the screen. Then it shows your email address, which you can hover over it and click on it. But I'd rather it come from you.
Mm-hmm. So
Yes.
what it has your name on it. Do you can I
No,
fill?
I just don't feature it. But you type the same email. You can copy and paste in chat, take it out and put it as if you were typing it in if you want. Mm.
Hmm.
So
Okay. Well, hmm.
oh, that's okay, dear. I'll just feature it again. Now tell me, what
Mhm.
else is coming up that's exciting in your life?
Um. So right now I have another book signed from Barnes and Nobles in March, and then the movie's gonna be launching it in another couple of years later called My Hero.
Yes.
The book that we talked about, and
Yes.
then it's from the South Korea book productions actually, and then I'm gonna be writing another books, but it's not gonna be next year, and then I'll have a lot of plans to travel to meet you, and yeah, movies launching in a couple of years.
Oh, I can't wait to give you a hug again.
Oh, we're
It'll
gonna
be
be
so
together.
much fun. I was so hoping last September when I went to Hollywood, I was so hoping to connect with you, but you were in South Korea at the time.
That's
And
right.
so
Yeah.
our
Mhm,
you left, I think, a day before I got there.
mhm.
Mine wasn't planned that far in advance. So had it been planned, I would have gone a couple of days earlier so that I could get a
I miss
chance to
it
connect
so
with you.
much. Yeah,
Yes. And
Regency.
if not at another one of Peggy's events, I'm sure that'll
Yeah, of
happen.
course. I love to
Yeah,
meet.
that's for
Miss you
sure.
so much. Thank
Um,
you so much.
you're so welcome. Would you like to leave people with your words of wisdom that
Hmm.
you live by? What do you feel is your something very important that you like to share with people?
Mm-hmm. Well, so I would like to share that always have yourself a hero or mentor who you can
Mhm.
modify, who you can follow, the person that who you want to be. That's very, very important. Don't don't you think that you will not spend money for your mentor
Yeah.
or someone that in your education because you got to know who you are.
Yes. Oh,
If I
it's
don't
an
understand
investment.
myself,
We have to think of it as our investment in ourselves,
that's right.
not an expense.
Not an expense because they can be there just for there. But then the life of the success is that who you want to moderate, who you want to modify, who you want to follow. And then always surrender yourself who's challenging you. Always surrendering with yourself that who's gonna really like bring you to the higher level than who you are right now and at this moment. And then
Oh,
challenge yourself with that with those groups. And then when you think that you cannot do it, move on with that people. Move on because they're the one who's going to improve your life and who you want to be. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to stay with a millionaire. It's like a flocks, they fly with like a like. So it's
mhm.
important you invest in yourself and then stay around people who's always better than me.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
and some people can take it because oh I'm that. I seen that not that long ago, but you know what? The water is going to be salt. Water has to flow freely and then
Mhm.
clean out, go to the river and ocean. I hope you know what I mean. Think clean.
Yes.
Don't let small little things personally confuse you and they interrupt your life and have you stop there or block yourself. So
Mm,
always don't let that happen to you. And then open your mind. Open your mind. People who always, always challenging you. This is very important. Stay with the people that who's gonna really bring you up to the encouragement with, hey, Laura Lee, you can do this. Christine,
Mhm.
you can do this. But I can't. I cannot write the book. I'm from South Korea. I don't write. I have a problem with English, this and that and that. Well, how do you think I did that? It was a Peggy. It was about
Mhm.
process. They encouraged me when I thought I was crippled. But look
Yes.
at me. You can do. You have a big. You have an amazing giant power in you. Don't eliminate that. They're the people who they are going to challenge you better than you.
Yes, and hold us accountable because that is something a high-end coach will do for you is challenge you and hold you accountable. If you've paid for them, you invested in yourself and you ask them to help you, you need to be open to do what they tell you.
That's right. They're the one who's going to unlock your door. Thank
That's
you
right.
so
Open and we need to be open. This was something for a lot of years I didn't realize. I was a great giver.
much.
But I would always put myself last. I didn't know to be as good a receiver. We should be twice as good at receiving as we are at giving.
Right.
And I that took me a long time to learn. I this little old chick here didn't know how to accept a compliment.
Right. Yeah.
I had to change some things. Anyway. Thank goodness I learned to accept a compliment.
You're amazing. I love you. Thank you so much for
Oh,
having
you're
me.
so welcome. You're
Oh,
so
wow.
welcome.
We're
I'm
talking for
thrilled. I
thank
can't
you.
wait to go be on the red carpet with you when you go up to receive an
You're
award
more
for
than
your
welcome.
movie.
I'm going to have your first one over there with me.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Thank
Here
you.
on Be Connected, we say if you're going to supersize your group, monetize it. So if you'd like, the way this platform is run, the way that we get to present, um, I'm using it as a podcast right now. It could be a webinar. I just have a lot of fun doing what I'm doing right now. Other days I do webinars and trainings, but I also have another saying that I really very much like, and it's have a great day and a better tomorrow.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
so
listening.
much. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much.